Hello and welcome to News in Brief from Marjaya Global Network. Ayatollah Shirazi met different figures. At the daily meetings of the Grand Juries, Ayatollah Shirazi, a number of scholars, religious, cultural, and social figures, masters of seminary, school, and university, and different groups of people from all over the world attended at the central office of Grand Ayatollah Shirazi in the holy city of Qom and met the Grand Juries in different sessions. In these meetings, the visitors gave ear to the statements, advices, and guidelines of the Grand Jurist. Relatives of late great scholar Ayatollah Sibiwiyh meet with Grand Ayatollah Shirazi. After the sad departure of Ayatollah Sheikh Muhammad Hussein Sibiwiyh, a prominent scholar from the city of Mashhad, the Grand Ayatollah Shirazi released a condolence message to the family of this scholar. Following this message, the respected son of this great scholar, Sheikh Muhammad Ibrahim Sibiwiyh, along with some of his family members, attended at the central office of the Grand Ayatollah Shirazi and met with His Eminence. In this meeting, the Grand Ayatollah Shirazi appreciated the non-stop efforts of the late Ayatollah Sibiwiyh and asked the Lord to grant patience to his family. Institutions and centers of Ayatollah Shirazi condemned terrorist attacks in different countries. After the upsurge of anti-human and terrorist attacks in many countries such as Lebanon, Iraq, Afghanistan, and France, institutions and centers dependent to Grand Ayatollah Shirazi such as Imam Shirazi World Foundation, Shia Rights Watch Organization in Washington, Imam Sadiq Institute in Denmark, and Al Yasin Husseiniya in Sydney in Australia, released separate messages and called these attacks anti-Islamic. These institutions also offered their sympathies to the countries which were attacked and highlighted there is no place for such heinous crimes in the genuine Islam and Shia doctrine. Unfortunately, there are stooges who are trained and funded by some governments in order to deface Islam and spread Islamophobia worldwide. Therefore, the community of Shia Muslims strongly condemns these attacks and offers its deepest sympathies to the victim countries. The world must know that these terrorist groups do not belong to the doctrine of Shia Islam, which has been a frontier to sanction benevolence and peaceful coexistence. Representative of Grand Ayatollah Shirazi visits Arbaeen walking route. In recent days, Sheikh Muthanna Arbaeen visited the Arbaeen annual ceremony walking route and met with the voluntary services stations and medical stops in this route. In these meetings, the representative of the Grand Ayatollah Shirazi appreciated the efforts by the managers of these stations and learned of their problems and demands for better serving the pilgrims of Imam Hussein peace be upon him during this big annual ceremony. Books of Grand Ayatollah Shirazi available at Basra University. With the efforts of Sadiqiyya community, a cultural and religious community dependent to Grand Ayatollah Shirazi office in Basra, some publications of the Grand Juries Ayatollah Shirazi were displayed to the public at an exhibition. It is noteworthy that these books faced a warm welcome by the university students. This exhibition will continue for 10 days. Stations of reply to Islamic queries held in Arbaeen ceremony route. With the efforts of Ahlul Bayt Institute, a center dependent to Grand Ayatollah Shirazi in Basra, and in cooperation with Ayatollah Shirazi office in the holy city of Karbala, there were tens of stations of reply to Islamic queries set up in the Arbaeen annual ceremony route, answering questions about Islamic law, distribution of books and other cultural packages, and serving the pilgrims of Imam Hussein peace be upon him are among the activities of these stations. The Culture of Coexistence sessions held at Women's Seminary in Holy Karbala. In recent days, the Women's Seminary in the holy city of Karbala, a center dependent to the Grand Ayatollah Shirazi, held another episode of the series of sessions with the title of The Culture of Coexistence. In this session, which hosted some women students, Allama Sheikh Nasser al-Asadi explained the peaceful coexistent nature of Islam in Quran and traditions.